The Biker Warrior Babe vs. the Zombie Demon Babies from Hell is a 2014 movie directed and written by Jeremiah Morehouse. This was actually his first feature film, so I'm gonna go a little bit easy on him. He did an alright job. The main stars are Bree Davis as Zip, Jake Dialman as Doc, and Elise Eden as Lucretia. Yep, that's an actual name. Also, just something I want to mention about the people in this movie. Ryan E. Francis is in this movie, which you may not know who he is, even if you're a big Thankskilling fan like myself. He's the nerdy guy from Thankskilling. Darren, remember him? He made a short appearance in this movie for one of the argument scenes and one of the death scenes. I thought he was hilarious, and he was honestly one of my favorite characters. Actually, that brings me to a point. Most of my favorite characters were side characters, and most of the better actors in this movie were side actors. Sorry. Some of the best performances in this movie actually come from people that aren't even actors. Hell, the person that runs terriblemoviesforterriblepeople.com is in this movie, and he's one of the best people. He made me laugh. He's in a very simple scene, but you can tell that he cared about his lines, and he actually read over them a couple times. It actually felt like he was telling a story, and he played the character quite well. Of course, he was killed by a baby avalanche, but he was great for the time he was on screen. I couldn't find the name of the person that plays the cop in this movie on IMDb, but whoever you are, you're great. Your character, the character of the cop, and the person who played them is just fantastic. Honestly, one of my favorite people in this movie. So, this film is about a demon summoning that goes wrong and plagues the town of Cranberry Lake, a small town, mind you, with demon babies from hell. Yep, what else were you expecting? I hope nothing better than this, because if so, you're disappointed. Well, it's up to Zip, the biker warrior babe, and Doc, the nerdy guy that is on a blind date with the biker warrior babe, to save Cranberry Lake and win against the zombie demon babies from hell. I feel like the setting, Cranberry Lake, was, you know, a little hat tip to Thankskilling. Even if it wasn't, it reminded me of that absolute masterpiece. I need to rewatch Thankskilling. I need to review that movie. I've seen it literally 10 times. I've showed it to everybody, except for my girlfriend. How could I let this happen? She hasn't seen it. Wow. Okay. This is not another Birdemic, or as I like to call it, Boredemic, where we have to wait literally 47 minutes of a whole boring movie to see some bad CGI. No, in the first 7 minutes of this movie, there's some bad CGI babies coming out of the ground. I found that just weird, man. I'll give this movie one thing. The pacing is quite good. I didn't want to fall asleep for most of it. This has one of the same problems as Birdemic did, though. And it's not the bad CGI. And it's not the pacing. It's the audio. Now, a lot of people forget about audio completely. People even buy extremely expensive cameras without getting an external microphone, and it's like, you okay? Like, audio matters. To make things worse for the audio, you know, in a bad situation already, they shot outside. And at night. There's a lot of crickets out. And in some parts, you can't even hear what they're saying. Like, you actually can't, because they're completely drowned out by crickets. It is a shame, but hey, it happens. There's a lot of death scenes in this movie, and I mean a lot. There's also a lot of unneeded nude scenes with really bad acting. And sometimes those two blend together, and it's like, why? Why is this happening? I'm not gonna lie, there are parts of this movie that are quite confronting, and I know that it's bad CGI, but still, I don't know, I felt weird about it, because there's this part where there are these two hunters that are trying to, you know, basically get rid of the babies. And even though you can see that they're obviously zombie demon babies, but there's pretty much a massacre scene. And, like, they close up, they get close-ups of the babies as well, and it just felt weird to me, man. I don't know how, I don't know why it did, but it just didn't sit well with me. If you're someone who finds stuff like that distressing, don't watch it. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, I didn't need to stop watching the movie, but I kind of took a step back. I'm like, okay, this is happening. Whoa, what? Why the zoom up though? Like, you don't have to show me what's happening. That's kind of messed up. Overall, the direction is alright, especially for a first go. The acting is beyond terrible, apart from a couple shining performances from mainly people who weren't even actors or were just side characters. The script could have had more cheesy jokes in it, and it could have been a little bit more interesting with some crappy lines. This movie isn't much of a fun time, and I don't really recommend it. I mean, I can see what they were going for. I really can. And it's quite good, I guess, for a first movie. But it fell short. It fell short on what it should be. And it could have been something so great. Jeremiah Morehouse should continue making movies like this. Obviously with different subject matter and different ideas put into them. I feel like he could be someone who possibly makes really good bad movies. And I'd enjoy them. So, the biker warrior babe versus the zombie demon babies from hell does not get my seal of approval. It also earns itself getting there. And I'm only giving it that score because it's the first try. Well, have you guys seen this movie? What did you think about it? Also, do you have any suggestions for bad movies I can sit through, hopefully, and review? Comment it down below. That's what the section is for. I hope you all have a great day and happy watching, unless it's this.